Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
That's the ease at which you get information. You're always connected and informed. No waiting. So if you're living with diabetes and still using old tech and finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels and accepts Medicare and over 800 private insurers. Visit usmed.com/radio today. That's usmed.com/radio today and manage your diabetes as easy as...
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Got to thank my buddy Aaron for this story because he was all over this. He's like, I hope you saw Wheel of Fortune the other night. And I'm like, no, I don't know what's going on.
That's not usually a conversation starter.
I know. I was like, because he's a young dude. I'm like, really? What, you thought Wheel of Fortune was that epic that you needed to Facebook message me and go, dude, did you see it?
The last time I watched Wheel of Fortune was when the Rev was on.
I'd like to buy an O.
Wow.
That was the last time I watched it, too. But apparently this one was worth watching as there was a funny mishap. A contestant was thrilled when he figured out the answer to the puzzle, as the answer was declaring victory. That was the answer, declaring victory. After finding out there was a Y, he threw his hands in the air and he said, I'm declaring victory, which was against the rules as he added a word to the answer. So the next contestant won.
Alex.
Y.
Yeah, there's a Y. What do we have?
I'm declaring victory.
Oh. What is that puzzle? Amanda.
V.
Yeah.
Declaring victory.
Yeah, that's it. There you go. Oh. Oof. Alex, you look a little puzzled, but you added a word. You said, I'm declaring victory, and you're not allowed to do that. You have to just say the puzzle, and we, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't even know I said on.
Yeah, you did. You were so excited. Okay. Take my word. Look in my eyes. Would I lie to you?
No, I believe you.
And you won $32,820.
Jeez. I would be so mad at myself.
Yeah, that's hardcore.
Pat should have been like, no, that's not the correct answer. It's declaring victory. Dumbass.
Yeah, exactly. But he can't even say that because it's like, well, the next contestant gets a shot.
No, Pat can say it, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but we know because somebody mispronounced a word and they didn't win. Even though they said the word in a different pronunciation, still, he didn't get it.
That was the Achilles one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was not even, like, close. Like, he was just going to make him up. When he saw the word, he clearly didn't even know what the word meant.
Yeah. And so, it's like HLS, and it's like, well, I mean, he sounded it out. I mean, you could sound it out that way, but that's not the way to say the word.
You have to be able to at least come close.
Yeah, I mean, so this one here is a real bummer to me, too, because he knew what it was, and I thought he was just like being funny and like, hey, I'm going to declare victory, basically, because I know what's declaring victory.
I agree with you. I think that's what he was trying to do, but then he pulled I didn't even know I said it. I'm like,
yeah, that's a little suspect to me, because it's like, I feel like you were trying to be cool.
Right. Yeah, it sounds like he was trying to showboat.
Yeah, and, I guess you know what? Showboating, you know what happens, man.
Yeah, he pulled a DK Metcalf.
He pulled a DK Metcalf.
Here he is, holding the football in his hand, and then the contestant after him just smacks it out of his hand.
He's got to come down somehow, and he's got to stop another contestant from winning to redeem himself like DK Metcalf did, stopping somebody else from scoring.
The next taping, he just runs down there and tackles the person.
He needs to tackle the person to redeem himself is what he has to do.
While wearing a binky mouth guard.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
If you don't wear that on Wheel of Fortune, you're not going to win.
That's standard issue for Wheel of Fortune.
Well,
Oh, man, I'd be so mad. That would bother me for a very long time.
see, I don't feel so badly because I'm such a rules lawyer. It's nice to see there's somebody else out there, and that would be the Wheel of Fortune judge.
Oh, I don't feel bad for him myself, but if I was him, I would just be so mad at myself.
Oh, and your family would not let you live it down, and your friends, nobody would. They would go, nice going, showboater.
Yeah, like the time you bought an O.
Oh, yeah.
And
You know, yeah,
never-
that's right.
Nobody ever does that.
No,
Yeah.
nobody ever,
buy an O.
yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, nobody ever makes fun of somebody's Wheel of Fortune performance.
Now, if you were one of his friends, would you goof on him? Like, you go out to a restaurant and you're like, I gotta go to bed. I'm declaring that I'm going to the bathroom.
Oh, yes. We've proven it.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's when somebody
I would.
really lost due to just horrible luck. You know, I mean, a guy who was a student of the game, and the game decided not to play by its own rules as far as statistics go. Rev did everything he could that he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
And the game just said, no, sir.
I'd like to buy an O.
How many bankrupts did you have?
3
3 bankrupts.
and a lose a turn. And
yeah. And you were going up against folks that were in the military, so you
Yeah.
knew your number. Things were numbered.
And that one awesome woman, too.
I love infectious diseases, and I love researching about infectious
Well, who
diseases.
doesn't, you
Right,
know?
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
And
still
what do
remember.
you-
I still remember Phil.
Yeah.
Oh, Phil's a jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phil, and he beat you fair and square. All right, well, he
the
beat
wheel
you.
screwed me.
Yeah. Ow! Yeah, and that lady. Oh,
Oh yeah.
yeah. It's like, okay.
Let's not forget the yelling lady.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you in the next studio.
Oh, geez, that brings back some memories.
Yeah, the Jeopardy people can hear you, and they're getting mad. You're disrupting their game. Yeah, yeah. Well, we got a professor who's having a very tough time teaching students, all because of butt sniffing cats. Oh, there's a story. Yeah. Wow. Steve will tell you all about it. He's got the Mix Report for you at 6:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load, terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
Hello, this is Julian Breeding of Bellingham Ford with some very exciting news. We have just expanded our service hours to cover all of your service needs. We are now open from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. 6 days a week. That's right, Monday through Saturday for all of your service needs. No appointment necessary for oil change, brakes, or battery replacement. And remember, we have a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty on all of the work performed at Bellingham Ford. To make life easier, visit BellinghamFord.com and use our new online scheduler to book your appointment. We look forward to servicing you soon.
Hey, what's up, everyone? You find yourselves trying to get your Craig Mack on and put some brand new flavor in your ear? Well, funny you should mention that because we have a brand new show that you should check out. It is called Pod Sauce. It is your podcast discovery show.
Everyone's always looking for a podcast recommendation. We got lots of them for you, from true crime to pop culture. And you can join us each week as we dish on all of our favorite podcasts out there. So make sure you download the Odyssey app and search Pod Sauce, or head on over to podsauce.com.
We got you covered, guys.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Well informed on the issues of the day? Not this guy. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, guys. And today's a day that you might want to bust out a warm apple cider, because today is Apple Cider Day.
All right, good. I was wondering why you wanted me to bust one of those out.
Maybe try that great brand Dixon. They have a great cider.
All right. I actually want a hard cider today.
Okay.
Yeah, I really do. I mean, seriously, yesterday was turned down for tequila, but today, give me a hard cider, please.
And maybe watch Steamboat Willie.
Why is that?
Because today, back in 1928, I think you were, 15 or 16 years old back then?
Yeah, I was close, yeah.
This was the day that Mickey Mouse made his screen debut, so it's also Mickey Mouse Day.
Oh, Danny's happy about that. Yeah. He wouldn't have his life if not for Mickey.
I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
I love Steamboat Willie, too.
Really? You mean the original, the OG?
The black and white one?
Yes. And the best part about Disneyland is sometimes during one of their fireworks show, he comes out like on an old steamboat, and he's black and white, the whole character and everything. It's fantastic.
Oh, that's a cool thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Love it.
Yeah. Did they ever colorize Steamboat Willie?
I think they did.
They probably did, right?
Yeah,
they colorized everything back then.
Yeah.
It seems like that would be. I feel like you shouldn't colorize that, though.
Or at least made an updated version, I think. Maybe not the original they colored, but they originally did. Or they
the
did
updated version has The Rock in it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's Steamboat Rocky.
So everybody's doing like Zoom meetings or Zoom lectures and things along those lines. I'm not sure why. I don't know why people just don't hang out together.
I don't get this.
But anyways, there's a professor in Kentucky. He's doing his class online with his students. The problem is he's now become a viral hit because, well, while he's doing the class, he has a couple of cats. One of the cats just sitting there the entire time, just hanging out, not really doing much. You can kind of see him over on the side of the lecture. But then another cat peeps up from underneath the table, then jumps on the table, and at that moment, the cat gets in front of the other cat, and that cat starts sniffing his butt. And that's why he's now a viral hit because, well, during his class, he had to stop everything to talk about his butt-sniffing cats.
As an example, you could have 2 similes, 1 metaphor, 2 repetitions, an alliteration, and a parallelism. You don't have to use all 6, but you should have, oh my God, butt-sniffing cats. Oh, all right.
If I'm the student, I'm very happy that happened because he lost me.
Yeah.
Like immediately I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I don't have to go to school anymore.
Yeah. I'm split on this because I think as a student I would have loved this, no doubt about it. As a parent, I sit here and I watch this and I think, dude, what is with folks that just cannot find a place in their house where they can be professional and not have their animals everywhere? Of course, you did this during our seminar, and I don't understand people like you guys. Like, just keep your damn dog out or your damn cat out.
If you close the door and close it to where they can't get in, then they start scratching at the door. So then you're dealing with the sound of the scratching door or also a scratched up door. And so you just don't want to deal with that. So it's much easier just to hold the damn dog while I'm doing a radio conference.
Well, it's easy for you. I used to lock my dog in a different room. And and we just knew there was a part of our house and a part of that door. We were like, when the dog is gone, we're going to fix it because that's what the dog does.
I got a brand new house, BJ. I don't want to have these kind of doors.
Yeah, I don't blame you. But you know what? This is what having children and dogs do for you.
That is very true. Between the two, the double whammy. I was doing a conference call with a couple of my buddies talking about some stuff. And finally I go, I got to go. I got a crying baby. I got a barking dog. They're like, please leave.
Yes. Oh, I would be
the best out ever.
Oh, yeah. I'd be like, dude, get the F off my screen.
All right, let's talk about this guy in Walmart. He's at a Philadelphia Walmart, and he works the overnight maintenance job. He's like the overnight maintenance supervisor, and he saved a man's life.
Well, this is a thing.
He is the hero of the day. His name is Harry. He was taking a break at 2 a.m. to have his, it's crazy to say, a lunch break at 2 a.m, but that's exactly what was going on for him. So he was sitting outside, and he's right by the Delaware River, and that's when he hears some noises going on. Turns out a guy fell in the river, and Harry had to grab rope from his car, 2 broken logs, bring it down to the man, call 911, and save the man's life.
Whoa.
Here's Harry talking about it.
I park over here in the second spot every night. He was kept hollering, help me, help me. I said, all right, hold on, I'm on my way. And I kept telling him, grab the log, and I'll pull you into safety here. Police officer come to me after we were all done and said, you saved that man's life, you know. It's a beautiful thing.
Oh. That was my old pickup line in college. Grab the log,
Yeah. And they said, oh, you know what? Because you didn't do that, Steve, you saved a woman's life.
Here's the crazy part. How did the guy end up in the river?
Oh, that is a crazy
Any guesses?
Wow. Did he go? Was he swimming?
Well, I mean, inadvertently, yes, but that's not the reason why he ended up in the river.
But I thought it was a trick question.
All right, Danny.
Drunk.
He could have been, but that's not the reason why he ended up. Well, that might have something to do with it, but that wasn't listed in the story.
Gotcha.
So, wrong. Vicky.
He dropped his phone in it.
Vicky's getting close.
Nice going, Vic.
Rev.
He fell off a bridge.
Okay, that's not where Vicky was. You're nowhere near there. No. When you say someone's getting close, it's like, I dropped my phone. Oh, the next thing he must have been he fell off a bridge.
Well, I mean, if he fell off the bridge, he would also be dropping his... No, never mind.
Yeah, don't.
Vicky, do you want to have another guess since she's so close?
Dropping his keys?
That should be it.
Wrong. No, the phone was the close part.
Oh.
He fell in the river because he was taking a selfie.
Oh,
stupid.
Of course. You're absolutely right. You're right. We forget that people always hurt themselves taking selfies.
What's wrong with people?
Yeah, we've seen that. People destroy great property, great works of art, all because they're trying to selfie.
Now, I believe all of us are part owners of the Seattle Sounders, right?
Yeah. I feel like I am.
I think everybody at this point is now a part owner of the Sounders.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Because Ken Griffey Jr. is now also a part owner of the Sounders ownership group. Him and his wife, they made the announcement yesterday. Pretty cool, though. It was a great picture of Ken Griffey Jr. rocking the Sounders jersey with Griffey 24 on it. And I just thought, pretty sweet. But yeah, he's now part of it, one of the many members of the team's ownership group, which also includes Russell Wilson, Sierra, McLemore and his wife. Also, Todd Lywicki and his wife, Todd, part of the Seattle Kraken. They recently were announced as having ownership stakes in the Sounders as well. But pretty awesome. There you go. Ken Griffey Jr. showing some love to the Northwest by being a part of the Sounders.
I wonder if he's going to go even further. You know, you think like Jeter and Magic Johnson have big roles in sports they weren't. Well, I shouldn't say Jeter was involved in baseball, but Magic Johnson not.
Yeah, dipping his foot in the water to see how it feels.
Yeah, who knows?
The Seahawks, they're playing tomorrow,
Are
of
they
course.
really?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Big Thursday night football, taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Looked like Carlos Hyde. He practiced in full form yesterday, so that's great news because he's one of their running backs that they desperately could use back.
That's a fact.
Chris Carson, limited practice yesterday. That's also great news. So it'd be pretty great to have Carson back in the fold. The only troublesome news is that Tyler Lockett still did not practice. Hopefully his knee will be okay in time for the game. If not, DK, you better step it up.
Yeah, I'm thinking
David Moore.
I think they're going to keep Tyler out.
You think so?
Yeah, I really do because the Seahawks need everybody healthy for the playoffs.
True.
I mean, that's where I'm going right now. I don't even care about these games anymore. We're going to be in the playoffs unless we cannot beat the worst teams in the league, and if we can't, then it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, they can't beat the Jets.
Yeah,
so you know what, pack it up.
Even if we lose tonight, it doesn't matter to me.
Tomorrow night,
yeah.
They're not losing tonight. I promise you that.
We won't lose tonight. Yeah, because if we lose tomorrow night, then we'll have 4 losses, and that very well could be. We could be 11-5 because we have one. Maybe 10-6 because we have 2 more games against our divisional rivals. But that's it. I mean, those are the only losses I think we're going to get is divisional rival games. Otherwise, we stink, and we shouldn't be in the playoffs anyway.
Hey, big news in the world of baseball.
What's
Theo
happening?
Epstein stepped down as the Cubs team president.
What's he going to do now?
Come to the Mariners, please.
You're absolutely right.
That guy's got the magic touch. If you don't win World Series, you get him, you win World Series. He did it with the Red Sox. He did it with the Cubs. Come on.
I
it's
agree.
Go time.
I'm with you, Steve. Get Theo Epstein. There is no way he can do worse than what we've had.
Can we start a Kickstarter or a GoFundMe? Like, we need Theo Epstein.
And I feel
no offense to whoever owns the team right now, but we need Theo Epstein or whoever's the president.
I don't care who the president is. I really do. I don't even know if I know who the president is.
He says he's taking the season off and he's not going to pursue any opportunities with any other teams. So
you know
next
why?
year, let's get him for the Mariners.
Well, you know why.
Why is that?
There may not be a season next season.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, or whatever it is, it's going to be truncated. This season was a joke, and I think nobody wants to be a general manager of a season like we had this past season. It was a joke.
Man, that would be pretty sweet. That'd be the best acquisition the Mariners could ever make.
And I feel like, you know what? Yeah, if somebody starts something on a petition or something, like you said, I think Theo would go for it because I think he said that's why he went to the Cubs. He wanted the challenge of helping another great, storied franchise who hadn't been to the World Series in forever.
I love this text just going back to the whole dogs and Zoom meetings thing that we were talking about earlier. I just think it's funny. I'm not, because when you're going to call somebody stupid, you might want to make sure that your sentence makes sense.
Okay, here we go.
They said, put the stupid dog outside, Steve. Geez, people are their stupid dogs.
Well, they're right. No, that sentence is completely accurate. You are your stupid dog. I totally agree with that. Does anybody?
I think he meant people and their stupid dogs, but
no, you are your stupid dog.
I am my stupid dog.
Yes, you. I've always suspected this.
Then my bad. He's right.
Yeah.
There's that picture out there on the internet,
Yeah,
Steve.
there is.
I are the stupid dog.
Yeah. We've never seen the two of them in the same place.
I love that text. It just cracked me up.
Yeah.
You people and your stupid dogs.
You are your stupid dog, Steve.
Damn straight I am.
I showed you.
Proud of it. Woo! As far as weather, 50 degrees. We got some rain today. That's the mix report, and that's what's up.
It does suck when you're anger typing and Siri decides she's not going to cooperate with you.
Dude. Bro, I do that all the time. Like you write somebody and you're it's almost like like you're trying to put your foot down about something, but then there's a massive typo and you're like, God, that just killed the moment.
It surely did. You're absolutely right.
But on the flip side, when somebody's trying to be a jerk to you and they have like a typo,
yeah,
you're just like, who's the stupid one now, buddy?
I really believe Siri knows what you want to do, but she's like, oh, I get the tone of this message. I'm going to F with everybody.
I think after all these years of just having to deal with that, I finally, like, when someone's trying to, like, do something, I don't even think about, like, legit correcting them because I'm just like, we've all been there. We all have this issue. Like,
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
I have a grammar Nazi friend of mine, and we're always...
At some point, you got to just stop.
It's like you say to me, go, dude, I know how to spell words. This is a Siri issue. Why are you giving me grammar Nazi ridiculousness when you know this whole phenomenon of Siri and you not realizing she put in a different word? That irritates the crap out of me. The grammar Nazis that don't get that.
Though I got to say, though, I will debate taking a personal day and just leaving wherever I am if I use their wrong. And I've done it, and it's just like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Like, it's like such a stupid thing.
Oh, yeah.
When you use the wrong there, and you're just like, oh, now that's out there in public, I'm going to get destroyed for this. And then all of a sudden, here come the tweets, and you're like,
and you know it's coming.
Right. It's like, I deserve it.
Yeah.
Damn it all.
Do you think at least, because like with Twitter, you can't do it back or anything else. Do you at least do the star and then type it right so that at least like, hey, I did it before you get to me. I corrected myself.
Oh, if it's like a message amongst friends, I will quickly correct it. And then my friends will make fun of me. Like, we know what you meant. You didn't need to correct yourself. I'm like, I did it for me, not for you.
See, you can't win because they'd say that when you correct it, but then when you don't correct it, they jump all over you.
Yes.
So they just know that we're going to troll you anyway.
Yeah, no matter what.
All bets are off.
Yeah.
That's what friends do.
Yeah.
They troll you.
Maybe that's the problem with trolls all over the internet. Maybe they think they're our friends. Because you know what? When our friends troll us, we go, well, that's what we do as buddies. So what do you think? All these internet trolls are really our friends?
I'd say 10% that could be the case.
All right. Okay.
That's kind of a wholesome conspiracy theory on that, at least.
I mean, there are people that, think they're doing a joke, and then, of course, it's not received well because, you can't see tone in writing sometimes. Sure. So maybe that's it. Maybe that's a whole new slant on the idea that the internet's really just a bunch of friends hanging out, and they're not trolling you because they hate you. They're trolling you because they're your buddy.
That's the reality I now choose to believe.
You should invite them over for Thanksgiving then.
I'm going to do, well, the governor
might have
next
year.
Yeah, okay, good.
Go. Yeah. Thanksgiving 2021.
I don't want to piss off the
invited.
governor. Don't let me, I don't want to get in trouble with anybody. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
What was the name of the place where George Washington's troops encamped in the winter of 1777?
The KOA.
No.
I don't know, Leavenworth.
No.
Nice. George's Bed and Breakfast.
No.
KOA would have been good, man. I mean, they do a lot of good work for
There's
people.
a good chance it might have been the world's first KOA.
Yeah, Valley Forge may have been the world's first KOA.
I'm so glad you didn't ask me what the answer was. I still didn't know it.
Yeah. I was so mad because I did and forgot. And then forgot again, to be honest. You want a shot at beating Steve? All right, you got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. If I can't afford to pay my bills, how am I going to afford attorneys and bankruptcy fees?
One of the things people ask me all the time as a bankruptcy lawyer is that how am I going to pay all these fees and costs because I'm here because I can't afford to pay my bills? And of course, we understand that. I mean, being in the bankruptcy field, but one of the things to remember is that if you decide once you make the decision to file bankruptcy, you can stop paying on all of the creditors that are going to be included in the bankruptcy, and those are the funds that you can use that you have been paying your creditors to pay your attorney fees and court costs to get your case filed. And once your case is filed, you're not going to have most of those payments anymore.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
That's the ease at which you get information. You're always connected and informed. No waiting. So if you're living with diabetes and still using old tech and finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels and accepts Medicare and over 800 private insurers. Call 1-888-US-MED65 today. That's 1-888-US-MED65 today. And manage your diabetes as easy as